Okay, now to the crosses. It's going to be a boring one because obviously I can't weave still, you know, I have to use either the bead or go slow. But the Parnell knots, I'm getting more used to it. It looks good in my opinion.
With the Chase mobile app, you can ace your money moves.
I'm going to do a starting clamp here.
A daily snapshot of your finances. When it's time to pay for those tennis lessons, you
Start the
send
crosses.
and receive money on the fly and access it instantly with no fee. Keep an eye on the ball and your investments with JP Morgan. Trade on the go with no commissions and no minimums from almost anyone. Wherever you're watching the US Open, you can do more with the Chase mobile app. Chase, make more of what's yours.
We're not going to ask for discounts on floor models, demos, or displays. Shopping malls can be a big
Again, these first ones I'm going to make a visual mark with a dry eraser just to make sure I'm not slipping since it's a different string. I adjusted a little bit for this string. Nope. And I just want to make sure there's no marks to, let's see. No, it's good.
It's where college football is. So welcome home.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing?
Here's a hint about how to make working from home less stressful and more comfortable. Make the switch to X-Chair. No matter where you put the amazing X-Chair, it can instantly become the most comfortable place in any space. Infinite side float recline and dynamic variable lumbar support make the X-Chair a customer favorite at home and work. Don't forget, the X-Chair lets you customize for the same measure of amazing comfort no matter what your size. Join the thousands of others who discovered the joy of relaxing workdays. Now we've integrated
And I'm going to string one ahead because I've been told it's the easiest way.
Once someone experiences our
Less stress.
massage chair, it's almost impossible to get them out of it. But don't worry, you don't have to share because you can get $100 off any model on our website. Plus, for a limited time, you can also receive a free footrest. Just use the code on your screen. Your new normal, incredibly comfortable. Call or click to order today and receive a 30-day risk-free trial and $100 off.
I welcome you back to our live day 4 coverage. There's Sloane Stevens back on the practice court. She got home about a little after 1 after a long journey last night through the floods after her win over Coco Gauff left the facility about 9:30 or so. So that was quite a few hours back to Manhattan. She did pick up a pizza on the way.
As you should.
Most definitely. Make the most of it with Darren Cahill joining me. And another big American moving on is Riley Opelka. Congrats.
Thank you.
6 sets of tennis and you're into the 3rd round. That's efficient work out of you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely, it definitely helps. I'm going to need every ounce of energy I can get, especially as the tournament goes on, the opponents get tougher.
Yeah, Musetti, he's tricky. He can be tricky.
He is very tricky, especially, you know, I think his best service is clay. We actually played on clay, and I thought he served really well today. I thought he played a better match today than when we played in Rome. And I thought I did a good job of making adjustments as the match went on.
Speaking of Rome, we actually ran into each other on the practice court. We had a bit of a chat about the string. You made a little adjustment to your string. You're using a more livelier string, and you were saying, I love this stuff on the clay. Have you stuck with it?
I've stuck with it, yeah.
And
thanks to you and
No, well, she was discarding it. You picked it up.
Yeah, I was running low, and I was out of string. I just switched. And luckily, Simona was getting rid of the same string. It's not hard to come by either. And yeah, Darren and Simona saved me in Rome.
And been playing unbelievable ever since, and in Canada, making it through to the final.
It's definitely a huge adjustment. I mean, it's definitely helped a lot. The things that I was looking to get out of it.
Explain that, though. What were you looking to get?
My forehand, in like the most basic layman's terms, which is honestly how I talk about tennis. I don't get into too much technical stuff, especially with string, but I wanted my forehand to go more. I wanted the ball to be, I kept telling my coach, it's not going. It's not going. And so we switched to a string that's very thin, not common. You see a player like play full string pattern string with that. It's a 120 Luxilon, and it really made all the difference on my forehand.
When you say it's not going deep in the court, it's not going with enough pace, what do you mean it's
most of the time in the middle of the net.
So it's not going over.
No, not going over.
Well, we can take a look at some of your forehand today because clearly your serve is one of the best in the game. I think you serve something like 31 aces. But if you go to the highlights, the forehand is definitely going now. It's jumping and it's extra spin. You're getting more lively bite out of the forehand. And also because it looks like you've got a little more confidence in the shot, you're staying a little bit closer to the baseline and dictating more with the forehand. Would that be fairly correct?
Yeah, 100%. And also, I'm not, like, when I get a ball I like, my eyes don't light up as much because I mean I'm gonna take the swing I like, but I'm not worried about another ball coming back because I'm consistent. I'm more consistent with it, and you know, I'll just keep hammering it. And if yeah, I mean before that was one of the issues. I'd see a high one, my eyes would light up, and I'd take this huge massive swing. It's like a 50-50 on whether it go in the court, and now that whole thing's changed.
Does that come with confidence?
Yeah.
Sorry. Is that
It comes with confidence, but I legit needed, I mean, a technical adjustment, string adjustment. We did a lot for it. I mean, nothing was like too crazy. I didn't switch grips, nothing like that. But if you want, I mean, it started driving me crazy. So, and I told my coach, I can't keep doing the same thing. I just cannot keep swinging the same way with the same string or with the same weight of my racket. It's just, I'm going to lose my mind. So we adjusted all those things, and it's paid off.
So a great move. Now you're playing great tennis. You're into the third round of the US Open for the first time. I think it's Babolat or Cressy in the third round. We just spoke before. You've never played either of those guys, and you've never actually practiced with Maxime either. So what to expect from that one?
He's a bot. I completely forget.
You took us there. We didn't take you there.
He's first team all bot.
Okay.
He might take Kevin Anderson out. Kevin Anderson's second team. Cressy's first team serve bot. And he's a great competitor. I mean, his match with Carreño Busta was crazy. He's an unbelievable athlete for his size. 6'8", very fast, and he's a serve volleyer, like first and second serve. Kind of the last one of a dying breed, of a breed that's been dead for 20 years, actually. And then, yeah, I mean, Babolat also just pummels the ball.
He does.
I mean, absolutely pummels the ball. And I think
He's up 2 sets in a break.
if he gets through Cressy, there is an advantage from a certain standpoint that he's already played a big guy.
Break for water.
So he's seen some big serves. He's used to the dynamic of that match. So I think I'm going to have to be very sharp to get through Babolat.
okay? Serve bot. It started as something that bothered you a little, or John.
Really?
It doesn't give enough credit to your game. You're not just. I mean, you're 64 aces for the tournament. That's definitely bot material.
Bot material.
But you're more than just that.
Yeah, I mean, we know as tennis player, like, you know, we know in the locker room that same with Isner. He's an unbelievable tennis player. I mean, watch him play. You don't beat Federer on clay, breaking him a few times without having more than just a serve. And you're not top 20 in the world for a decade straight without having more than just a serve. But yeah, I mean, we take it lightly. I mean, it takes more than that for me to get upset. But yeah, John and I joke around. Like every time, you know, I'll be in the locker room, I won't even see him. Like he'll be walking in behind me, and I'll just hear "bot," turn around, and it's John. And then yeah, well, there are some things that are like serve bot, only like we can relate to. You know, like we joke around. Like some guys like will make jokes like, "Oh, you like practicing your serve today?" And you know, yeah, sure, whatever. You know, like. Or, you know, people always love to make the comment, you know, it's like, did you grow since last time I saw you? And John's like, I'm 36 years old. Like, of course I didn't grow.
So you need a couple of stats. Clearly, you need to hold serve a lot.
Yep.
You need to break very few times.
Very few.
Your return games are not great. So why Kyrgios doesn't have a great return game?
But he's too exciting to watch.
Okay.
That's where we were talking. It started in Toronto. Someone was talking, oh, is Raptor a serve bot? And John was like, no, I actually like watching Raptor play. And then that's where we kind of came to the conclusion, like, you can't like watching them play. Like, if you want to be a serve bot. So, like, Kyrgios is fun. He is fun to watch. So that's the other factor. Like, those are the three things. You have to hold serve a lot, break serve, slim to never. Like, I mean, it has to be very rare. And then also it has to be extremely boring to watch.
Well, you are taking yourself out of the serve bot club by just having fun about it as well, because, yeah, you're supposed to be boring.
You're supposed to be a little salty about it.
I mean, I've rewatched some of my matches, and it can be tough.
Wait. I have a play. Go ahead. This was very, very entertaining. And this is you today. Roll the great play of Riley today.
Talk us through this, Riley.
Oh,
Look
yeah,
at this.
point of the breaker. You know, I kind of hung in there, picked the right side, guess twice. I mean, that's a huge point. That could actually change the match right there, you know? Down a mini break, start the breaker. I wasn't playing well to start the match. I really wasn't.
You're a bit of a sucker for a lot there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge play. That really was. That changed. I think that changed the whole match round.
And you had a pirouette.
What's that?
And you had a pirouette.
That wasn't the most graceful move I've seen, but for me, yeah, I didn't fall, which that does happen. That's also another bot characteristic. We wipe out a little bit more than normal.
When you go, you're going down far.
Yeah. Every time I've fallen, like everyone's like, ooh, like you know, because it's loud. It's a hard thud,
Coming from
especially
a
on
long
clay.
way up.
Yeah, but it's like, nah, I'm used to it.
What about the conditions here as well? Because you spoke about John Isner, and he actually doesn't seem to like the faster conditions. He likes a little more time to set up on the return of serve and for that big forehand. But you seem to like the fast conditions. Canada's fast. Cincinnati's clearly fast.
Yeah.
What about the conditions here?
Yeah, you know, especially like when I woke up today, it was cold and windy, and I was kind of like, you know, this could be interesting. I have to be in for maybe some uglier conditions, more balls to come back. But yeah, it heated up as the day went on. The wind died down, and I served extremely well. And then what that does is it just makes, like, you know, that slice he missed in the third set. It was a sitter ball on top of the net. That doesn't just happen. That's applying pressure from me holding serve so much. He's like, if this doesn't go well, the match is done in 10 minutes, and it's just always applying that pressure. I'm holding serve quick. They can't touch the ball, and it's frustrating. It can be a miserable feeling, and that's what we want, you know.
Yeah.
Well said.
Been a pleasure. Thank you. We're going to go out to a couple of matches now. Berrettini, no chance, not a bot.
No, he's too fun to watch, and he's a good-looking guy. He's smooth.
Listen, mate, you can come and join us in commentary anytime you want. I'm serious.
You know, the other one we're going out to is Monfils. Not a chance.
He came up to me when we were flying back from Toronto. No, Cincinnati. He was like trying to show me. He pulled out his phone. Look at this stat, you know. He's like,
He wants to be a bot.
yeah. He was like, I'm on the team. He was like, I'm on the team, and he showed me. I think he hit a bunch of aces. He hit like 10 aces, and I'm like, Gail, I'm not even looking at your phone right now, man.
No
Like,
chance.
you're way too entertaining to be a bot.
Yeah, he's all team anti-bot.
Yeah. Oh, he's way too entertaining. Like he's the furthest thing from a bot, actually.
Well done, mate. Best interview of the tournament. Great stuff.
Thanks, Riley. That was fun stuff. When we continue, Patrick McEnroe and James Blake with, I'm sure, a lot to say on bots. But they'll be covering both of those matches. Monfils Johnson. Johnson, no bot either.
No,
No.
not a bot.
Berrettini as well after break.
This is Cynthia Suarez, CFO of GoGo Food Co., an online food delivery service. Business was steady until
GoGo Food Co. Go check it out.
overnight users tripled, which meant hiring 20 new employees and buying 20 new laptops. So she used her American Express business card, which gives her more membership rewards points on her business purchases.
Somebody order some laptops?
Cynthia Suarez, CFO, MVB. Get the card built for business by American Express.
I booked our hotel in Kayak. It's flexible for me to cancel. Cancel? I just want the house in here. Nothing will stop me from vacation. No canceling. Flexible cancellation. Kayak. Switch one and done.
Last year, Jersey Mike's helped raise funds for the USTA Foundation, tennis, and educational programs for over 250 diverse communities across the country. And now, we're teaming up again.
Thanks, Chris. We would like to invite you back to Jersey Mike's to help support the USTA Foundation programs. So please, join us this Saturday, where 20% of all sales will be donated to help make a difference in kids' lives.
When you're open, you welcome all.
When you're open, you bring what matters to the front.
And you never forget what matters.
You stand up. You speak up.
And there's no limit to what you can do.
Because when you're open, you become a champion for all.
The point is to make people start talking.
Well, Geico's 85 years isn't just about time, you know. It means experience. I mean, put it this way. If I told you I'd been jarring raspberry preserves for 85 years, what would you think? Well, at first, you'd be like, that has got to be some scrumptious jam. And then you'd think, he looks fantastic. I must know his skincare routine.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
Big bug.
Why go back to reality when you could go back to the pool? The last day of vacation is still vacation. With guaranteed 4 p.m. checkout at over 1,200 fine hotels and resorts properties. What are the many reasons you're with Amex Platinum?
Every Sunday night is one step closer to October. Give us the NL West Division race on Sunday Night Baseball. Dodgers, Giants. Sunday at 7 on ESPN. Bubbling with floss. It's time to join the Sonic Fusion revolution. Now you can brush and floss at the same time with 2 times the bristle speed and superior flossing power. It cleans deep between teeth and below the gum line. Clinically proven to be up to twice as effective as regular brushing and flossing for removing plaque and improving gum health. So upgrade your oral care with the world's first flossing toothbrush. Go online or ask your dental professional about Waterpik Sonic Fusion.
Meet Tonal, the smartest home gym that learns as you get stronger. With personalized expert coaching and revolutionary digital learning. So you can be your strongest. Tonal, now at 40 Nordstrom locations nationwide. The city is back, and the biggest tennis crowd since the pandemic hit is here. Just having these fans out in the energy, the atmosphere, it brings a lot back to tennis. This is a tournament that draws with the energy.
That was the first time that people were chanting my name. It's an unbelievable feeling.
Osaka looking ready for battle. Sloan Stevens in strong favorite time.
Moving on to the second round. Novak Djokovic.
1 down, 6 to go. Novak Djokovic is chasing.
Yeah, very entertaining first couple of days here of this year's U.S. Open. Weather has cleared. Update for the Americans, 43 players beginning, 22 women, 21 men. First round just under 500, second round similar, 1 and 14 in action thus far today. And Opelka getting through thus far today. Colin, Stevens, Tiafoe already into round 3. One of the 10 men in action we are watching here. Louis Armstrong, Patrick McEnroe, James Blake watching this man. Stevie Johnson at the top of your screen taking on the non-bot, as Riley Opelka just pointed out. Gael Monfils and Cressy. He's dropped the first couple of sets, but got a 4-3 lead over Basilashvili. You can watch that on Court 12 on ESPN+. So the history between these two, James favors Monfils. He's beaten Johnson the 3 times they played, but they've all been pretty tight matches.
They have been tight, and Stevie Johnson's the guy that wins a lot of those tight matches, so it's been good performances by Gael Monfils to get through a guy that plays well in the clutch very often in Stevie Johnson. One of them yet to save match point, in fact. 7-6 in the third on grass last year. I can't believe Gael Monfils even wanted to be in that third bot. I mean, he had a chance.
Right.
So you watch highlight reels of him, it's incredible.
Nice little serve and volley play there from Monfils. These are 2 of the most well-liked and respected players on tour. James, you would know that. You played alongside both these guys for a number of years. This happened just in the last game.
And for further reference, why he's not a bot. He'll dive on hard courts, and right there he slipped a little, but looked like he almost maybe a little rug burn on his hand from going down on the ground like that and it moving. And Stevie, of course, the gentleman and sportsman that he is, came across the net and lent him a little helping hand.
That was nice. It was a nice ovation from the crowd after that happened too. 4-all now, opening set. interesting. Monfils was arguably playing the best tennis of his very successful career. That's Mark Lucero, the coach of Stevie Johnson, just before the pandemic hit. Playing with a lot more consistency, a little more solid when the pandemic hit. And boy, he went into just a massive tailspin.
Yeah, it's amazing the different ways people reacted to the pandemic, and it seemed like a lot of the French players stayed home and didn't want to travel, and when they did, it was tough for them to be away from home. Well, he struggled with that. It's a difficult time. It's nothing you prepare for. You can go into the gym and prepare for your physicality, for strength training, for your endurance and your forehands and backhands, but it's tough to get in there and train for a pandemic.
Hit there, that nasty slice from Stevie Johnson stays awfully low.
Yeah, these courts, the fact that we've talked a lot about how quick they are, and it's a good surface for Stevie Johnson. You mentioned that slice. He uses that almost primarily. You won't see him come over his backhand very often unless to hit a passing shot. So that slice can stay low and be effective on these courts.
No, that's Johnson at his best, using the slice, then setting up for the forehand, and he's got such great control of that shot on serve here in the opening set. It's a good one.
With the Chase mobile app, you can ace your money moves. Like track your spending on the go with a daily snapshot of your finances. When it's time to pay for those tennis lessons, use Zelle to send and receive money on the fly. And
Hopefully I did the ribbon on the right side.
Trade on the go with no commissions and no minimums from almost anywhere.
Didn't think about that when I was starting.
You can do more with the Chase mobile app. Chase, make more of what's yours.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious! Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream with no annual contract. USOpenShop.org is the official shop for 2021 US Open merchandise. Commemorate this historic year with apparel for the whole family and one-of-a-kind US Open accessories. Visit USOpenShop.org today.
It was a hairy day and night last night in the New York City area, but the weather is clear. Beautiful day, and what a weekend of college football. All Labor Day weekend. We kick things off with Alabama and Miami. That's at 3:30 on ABC. Then it's Georgia and Clemson Saturday night, 7:30, Duke's Mayo Classic. And Capital One Sunday night kickoff. Well, Sunday night football now. Notre Dame, Florida State. That's on ABC. That's 7:30, and then Monday night, Labor Day, Louisville and Ole Miss. That's at 8 p.m. on ESPN. You can, of course, follow all the games on the app as well.
Well,
how about James? You hungry?
I guess I got the needle wrong, but
pretty good.
at least I have the ribbon here to help me on this hole.
Get some of those up here.
A couple of chicken tacos just before the match. Very tasty.
They're excellent.
Yep. Shucking those puppies right there, fresh. Qualifiers making their way into the third round. Men, quite a few of them. Emma Raducanu, boy, she's looked good so far. Laxinen, solid baseliner. Gojevic play each other actually, so one of those guys will be in
With
the
the
fourth
ribbon,
round.
just pull that stiff poly down, and then it comes right out easy. So that was good. But
early this morning.
the needle to help do the knot should be on this side, I guess. So I'm gonna remove it. There's no point being here.
As we speak, let's check in on one of them. Why don't we? James, Mr. Cressy, who electrified the crowd with his 5-set win, and I guess he electrified Riley Opelka as well.
You might put him on the first team, right?
Yeah.
First team serve bot. He is. He's got a huge serve and moves forward on everything he can.
Basilashvili at the top of the screen here out on 12. Very solid from the baseline. And that goes long, so Basilashvili holds for 5-all. Monfils in a little bit of trouble here, but now has a game point. There has not been a break point thus far in this one here on Armstrong.
Yeah, these guys are not serve bots, but they do take care of their serves. Pretty good frequency in slightly different ways. You mentioned Stevie with that backhand slice, but he's looking to move forward. Monfils with a big serve, almost with ground strokes.
So now that I use the ribbon, I can remove it, just pull it down. Wes taught me that trick.
Great return from Johnson. The greatest career of
And
anyone
that's
ever in
it.
college
So if I had the need on this side,
Stayed all 4 years.
I would just go in a little bit easier. But I think we have a good pointy tail here and a good, yep, went right through, so no need. So this will be the knot, last pull, knot function.
That's well done. Held that, didn't he, James?
Yeah, he held it, and with Stevie Johnson, your backhand's clearly the weaker side. The forehand is the one where you can use as a weapon, so you're shading over there, and you're expecting
I like to
really attack that
pass this through just before I clamp, just so it's easier.
too open, and
The clamp is not in the way.
Some quick moving there from Basilashvili. Got a chance here at love 30 now. Cressy in trouble.
Now we're gonna do another Parnell. The advantage of the Parnells is that
He's moving forward beautifully, so it's 5-all.
in the starting clamp is that
he's doing his best Cressy impersonation.
all your knots will be Parnells, which, it's just pretty.
Cressy, not many, as Riley said, there's
Over,
very few players like Cressy left in the game that serve and volley. Almost
back
every
under
point.
through the loop to the half hitch,
See how many aces Cressy's got.
and over again.
19 now for the match.
Ooh, not much space here, so. Over again.
Cressy.
And then under, back to the hoop.
Looks like it was a lap.
And that's that.
A couple forehand errors from Johnson here at 5-all.
Tie it up, make sure there's no.
Monfils can do such a good job defending. He moves so unbelievably well that sometimes as it gets late in the set, he can
Slack.
make that defense move way back and make you have to hit it by him. That can be difficult if you're just a little bit tight late in the set.
Break point for Basilashvili on 12. Johnson at love 30.
It's a good job of not panicking by Johnson.
Now we're gonna go to the
Missed a volley. You don't see too many
starting
of those
knot.
from Cressy, but Basilashvili
So knot
was
tension.
for the match.
Clamp.
Talk so much, James, about the big three, the big guys, and Murray, and playing into their mid to late 30s. Monfils, 35. Yesterday was his birthday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Gail. He doesn't seem like he looks 35. The guy still seems youthful out there. He's having fun. Posted a great video. Everyone go check it out on Twitter of him dancing at the beginning of this event. Just the mood striking him, and he's young at heart. That's for sure.
Just got married this summer to Elena Svitolina. Overhits that. Johnson had the one he wanted. That's
This is a tough one.
errors just in this
So I might
game
have to
now,
use the
and
guide
Monfils
out
with the
because
first break point of the set.
it's pretty tight there, and I didn't have a ribbon here.
Just playing defense. And Stevie's
Let's try again with a different
too much, trying to thread the needle, and that's
point.
forced by the movement of Gail Monfils.
Oh, look at that shot. Monfils apologizing because he mishit the return, but boy, he anticipated that. And a beautiful little bunt up the line. Let's go back out to court 12 now, James. Let's see if Cressy can break to stay in the match. And it's Basilashvili at 15
Yeah,
love.
doesn't go in. Okay,
Serve right into the body.
I'm just gonna carefully
To serve against the bigger guy.
use the guide.
It's definitely one way to combat a guy that's coming forward all the time, is you take the net away from him first. But not as comfortable up there as Basilashvili.
Cressy's been to net, James, 52 times in the match, but he's won way less than 50% of those points, which is why he's down double match point. Meanwhile, Basilashvili's only been there 14 times, but he's won 11, and he's now a point away from round 3.
I don't like to use this guide. Oh, I avoid it. So I try to use the ribbons, but it's my first time doing this racket, so I didn't know what to expect as knot goes.
Fired up, and a great run for Cressy to get through the qualies and have a quality win in the opening round, but he took a little out of him because he had some really tough matches in the qualies as well.
Definitely still positives to take for Maxime Cressy, including a pretty nice paycheck for a guy that's really getting his career going. So that'll hopefully help him in the long run.
Yeah, $115,000 to reach the second round here. He'll take on Opelka in the third round. Monfils now a triple set point.
Make the slack out.
Well, you said it, James, and you know when you play Monfils, he has that ability late in the set to go to the defensive mode, and that's really what won him, got him that break. Well, it was tight for 10 games, and then Stevie Johnson blinked, and Monfils takes advantage. Frenchman turning 35 yesterday, wins the opening set 7-5. Little bonus
That's it.
action on Ash. We'll check in on
Hopefully, you know, I didn't screw up too much on this. Give me your opinions and feedback and what I can do better.
Waste your money moves. Like track your spending on the go with a daily snapshot of your finances. When it's time to pay for those tennis lessons,
And that's
sell,
it.
send, and receive money on the fly and access it
Polly
instantly.
and mains on the Babolat
And your investments with JP Morgan.
Storm
Trade
Team.
on the go with no commissions and no minimums from almost anyone. Wherever you're watching the US Open, you can do more with the Chase mobile app. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Thanks for watching.
Let's pay with Bare Ultra Scuff Defense so that you can live that